Hey, it's the Four with Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and
sex.
And today we're going to be talking about a master principle of game called Amused Mastery. We'll define it, and then we'll kind of get into like how it's used.
And you're really good at this.
Yes, it helps.
Yeah.
You know, if you've been at it for a while.
Exactly.
But again, Amused Mastery is one of those things, and I remember very distinctly the first time I saw this phrase in CHATEAU HEARTISTE blog.
Yeah.
I had to go look for it. I didn't know exactly what it meant. And it did take me some time before I really, grasped how it works. And a lot of guys see the phrase aloof and indifferent.
Yeah.
Which is a hard concept to grasp. And think of that as outcome indifference. Your independence, I should say. Outcome independence. And one step beyond that is Amused Mastery. They're all kind of the same thing, just different descriptors. And Amused Mastery, and this is from Rollo, who's quoting Royce, a presence of Amused Mastery puts you into a position of maturity while still remaining playfully approachable and forcing her to qualify to you by acknowledging your mastery of her. Really, all women by association.
Yeah.
Amused Mastery is when you see those guys that treat their 7-year-old, a 17-year-old, and their 37-year-old wife all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
He teases them, he directs them, and they giggle and they go do what he tells them to do.
It's true.
That's where it's Amused Mastery. Everything she does is funny. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's not serious.
Right.
They're all children, basically. I mean, that's where it comes from.
Well, and like the saying, your wife is the biggest toddler in the room.
Teenager, yeah,
Teenager in the room.
the biggest teenager, and 9 times out of 99% of the time they are.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. So Amused Mastery is where you carry yourself with authority. Mm-hmm. It's not arrogance either, and that's one of the things that Rollo was like trying to discern.
Yeah.
It's more of a confidence, as opposed to arrogance, but there's really. It's not taking any female seriously beyond, outside of, they're injured or need your help.
Right. Blood, broken bones, and fire. That's the rule in our house.
But as far as for their day-to-day, your hormones rule your emotions.
Yeah.
Your emotions are all over the place. And women of every age need a pillar, kind of like a mountain that doesn't move while her emotions kind of like jostle her around,
or like the emotions run around and around and around the mountain.
Exactly. And you will see, you see a man who has like 4 or 5 daughters, and it's absolute chaos as the man moves through the world, and the girls are all over the place and the wife's not much better and he's just steady.
It's true,
because he has to be. That's what Amused Mastery does. It, especially if you're like meeting a new girl, it allows you to enter the conversation as slightly superior, and not reactive to anything she says in a negative way.
Yeah.
And girls like that. They know you shouldn't be taking them seriously.
Yeah.
And it throws them when you do, or they're so used to it they don't like it.
Right.
So when you don't take girls seriously and you treat them kind of like big teenagers, you have fun with them, they're able to have fun themselves. And this may be even more, you might go out with attorneys, you might go out with a judge, you might go out with physicians, you might go out with engineers.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about all that. When they meet up with you, they just want to be a girl. That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they appreciate, no matter where a girl is in her life, professionally or, as a mom, she still wants to be treated like a girl.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I see what you mean.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because women at the very heart of it, we still want to be thought youthful. We still want to be thought, like we don't have the weight of the world or the family on our shoulders, which we often feel like we do. But especially I think the older we get and the further we get from our youth, the more we would like to feel like it still exists. We look in the mirror and we don't see the person that we did at 16, but we'd love to still feel like that.
And when they come into your presence and they're around a man who's charismatic and fun and kind of shows them a good time, they can relax. In a way, it gives them a chance to just be a girl. They don't have to be the mom. They don't have to be the disciplinarian. They don't have to be the mature one in the room. At any age, really. I've never seen it not work.
Yeah.
At every age. You put them in the room. Because just like even my sister, who's in her 60s, when her husband walks in the room, she starts giggling.
Yeah.
These things don't stop.
Exactly.
So at every age, that Amused Mastery, it's a good mindset to carry yourself in. And you could look up like Rollo or CHATEAU HEARTISTE, and there's different articles on it. It'll kind of flesh it out for you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's really just you're slightly superior to all women, and they are all children.
And they're all adorable.
And they're fun.
Yeah. You just kind of grin.
Yeah.
And
everything they do is funny.
Is cute.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just a difference. I think it's just a difference in mindset.
Yeah.
And then she relaxes a little bit. Even if she's a pretty serious girl, like the attorneys, like the professionals that you were talking about. Whenever we as women know that our men are not going to be super serious with us. Again, this is not in emergency situations.
No,
we're not talking about that.
In your normal social situation.
Yeah, we're talking about like having serious conversations. But it helps us relax. We relax. We don't bother bringing serious conversation. We evolve into more relaxed conversation, more playful conversation, like we did when we were young. It's a win-win.
Well, it reminds me of a story that was told to me by an attorney, and he worked in a firm, and he went to like a state school and then like a local law school, and so this girl came in that kind of like set the world on fire in their law firm, and she had graduated from Harvard.
Yeah.
And he straight up, he's like, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah. He's probably like awestruck.
Yeah. He said, I make good money, but this, Harvard's a big deal, especially to him.
Especially Harvard Law.
Harvard Law, exactly. Harvard Law. It's a whole different world, and she happened to be here. And so he was at a dinner with her and her husband, who he said was very much a mediocre, kind of failed local politician.
Yeah.
Not super successful, very pedestrian. And
he was not setting the world on fire.
No, but she was. And so they're there, and my friend brought up, they're talking about their backgrounds, and he said, I understand that you graduated from Harvard Law. And before she could even speak, the husband jumped in. He goes, oh yeah, we went to Harvard. We went out to Boston and ate some crab. He had no respect to a certain extent, but it was all a joke to him. You know what I mean? He jumped because he had probably heard this 1,000 times. And to him, she's a girl.
Yeah.
Just, sure, she went to Harvard. Big deal.
Yeah.
She can't keep the tub clean. It's that sort of thing.
Exactly.
So I always remember that because this husband was like, and she's giggling and she's laughing.
And that's the perfect example of exactly what we're talking about. This is a serious, probably ballsy, probably, stick it to you kind of girl. And yet, to her husband, she's just a girl.
Exactly.
And that's what we want to be. I've got professional female friends who they say, I have to make decisions all day, every day at work and at home. I don't want to have to make all the decisions when it comes to my husband and my relationship.
Yeah.
Even the toughest, hard-nosed girls want a man who leads the way.
There you go. That's how you handle it.
I love it. Amused Mastery. It works. If you like this, subscribe, share with your friends. If anybody you know needs to hear this. And the bottom line, we want you to win. We want you to win. Bye!